It's your favorite host doing the most, and you know I love the boast. It's Mo Williams tuning in. This is Give 'em Mo podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope everyone's having a blessed day, evening, night, morning, whatever time you're tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. I do appreciate you. Make sure you leave a like or subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Please comment. I love replying to comments or whatever feedback you can give me, please leave it. But today we're doing an episode on two different types of attractions. We got law of attraction, and that topic was given to me by my homeboy Jameek from Charleston. Reps get you paid. Make sure you check that out on Instagram. He's a hardworking guy. Please check him out. And I appreciate you, bro, for always listening to the episodes and giving me feedback. He thinks my best episode is spirituality. How about in the comments, y'all let me know if you can what you think what's the best episode you heard thus far, so I can know kind of like what you guys like. This is about me, but it's also about you. And then we got another attraction, which is Fatal Attractions, and my cousin King_Bars on Instagram. Please check him out. He's a dope artist, does many things, but he said Fatal Attraction. So you guys, I'm gonna try my best to explain both, and we're gonna see what happens. I'm gonna try to make it do what it do. So we're gonna start off with Law of Attraction, then we're gonna get to Fatal Attraction. But what is the Law of Attraction? It's the belief that whether you put out positive or negative energy, you are going to receive that energy at some point, whether it's now, later. It's more like karma. But from the positive aspect, I don't know who believe in the law of attraction. I know everybody got different beliefs. I don't think this one is too extreme. I think this one, if you believe in karma, if you believe in the things like the yin and yang, do unto others as I'm going with this, then you should. That to me, that is the law of attraction. What you do unto me will happen to you. Now, I really want to focus on the negative aspect to shine positive light on that. And what I mean is that on the negative side, most people gravitate to the negativity in life at times. When you're trying to find yourself, when you're trying to get your life together, and it seems like a snowball effect, or out of nowhere, a bunch of seemingly bad things start happening to you. You kind of fall in a rut, and it's so easy to fall in love with that dark side, that negativity. But I promise you, no matter what the situation is, I'm not telling you to be happy. If you took a job and it didn't go your way, and you're upset about some things, but you got another job and it's not quite what it used to be, and you feel like you took a step backwards, just remember that God makes no mistakes, and everything happens for a reason. Do not look at that as a negative thing, especially in the climate of the world right now. I know some states, some cities are about to open back up, but it's going to be until like June before everything is really normal. June, July, and that's just guessing. It could be all year. You just never know with the COVID-19. Hopefully everyone's doing okay and it's not affecting you and yours too much. I know, unfortunately, it is affecting a lot of people, but I just hope that everybody can bounce back for that. But speaking on the coronavirus, COVID-19, the way you looked at this situation can dictate a lot. I see a lot of people on social media that has either done things that they thought about doing, took that leap of faith, and that's dope, that you turn a negative situation like the world shutting down into a positive outcome. A lot of people can't do that. Manifest destiny, and that's a big thing for me. You just never know how life is going to go for you. You just never know. The thing that you want to do in life may not happen for you, but let's just say you wanted to be an engineer and life took a turn, you had a child or whatever, and you couldn't quite be an engineer, but you also wanted to be an educator, and then later on in life, your spouse, husband, wife, the person you met, just happened to be an engineer, and they also just happened to go to your dream school, let's say Clemson by chance. Um, Shout out to all the South Carolina schools and North Carolina schools, but let's just say Clemson by chance, that was your dream school, and your dream job has been an engineer, and you just, you know, and you young and things just change in course. You got to hold your head up because you never know how life is going to change. You're going to never know. And when you're an adult and when you reach that level, you can live vicariously through that other person. You never have to step into that profession, but you can look at what they go through and listen to their stories and think about, what if that was me? And you might be happy that you didn't go down that path, because these certain career fields is only made for certain people. Um, but the law of attraction, make sure that, listen, do not get happiness and positivity mixed up. To me, those are two different things. You can be upset and very positive, you know. You can be mad about your circumstances. Like I said, you could have missed out on a position, or you could have took a position thinking the grass is greener on the other side and it didn't work out for you. And you can be upset about that. But still, also, you can be upset about it because maybe the circumstances wasn't your fault. Always remember this: whatever decision you make, even if somebody screw you over, you made that decision. It's not their fault. You should have dug deeper, and you just never know what God, the universe, whatever you like to call, you just never know what they really have in store for you. And I'm kind of in a similar circumstance myself, and I can be upset every day, or I can choose to be happy. And I'll be honest, haven't always been happy when things didn't go my way, but I try to find positivity in everything, you know. I always tell myself it's going to be okay, and others may say, well, you say so much negativity, you say so many things that seem negative. Yes, and everybody vents differently, and sometimes you just got to get it off your chest, but if you dwell on it, you're never going to move forward. Make sure you attract good people. Make sure you attract good things. Law of attraction. Here's the big one. Law of attraction in your relationships. Someone told me a long time ago that if you look back on your past relationships, you attracted either who you were at that time or what you needed to grow. And I'm just talking about, we're going to talk about, like, let's just say you had failed relationships. If you really look back on that situation, you attracted what you needed to put you in the right direction, or what you were. And I say what you were, meaning sometimes you can attract yourself in the opposite sex, or in your opposite, your counterpart. And I'll be honest with you, a lot of people can't deal with themselves. So when you put yourself in front of yourself, when you put yourself in front of a mirror, just think about when you was the most insecure and you just stand in that mirror, and to think about that in a human form, and you thinking that you're trying to love a person, but in all actuality, you attracted that person to understand that this is how you act. This is what you put people through. If you cannot deal with that person, if you find yourself saying, you know, I can't stand this person, but this person kind of remind me of myself, then there's some growth that needs to take place. Every situation is not meant to last forever in the way you think it is. Every situation is not meant to last forever. There's so much temporary things in this world, and we get caught up into the material when you need to be into the spiritual and put your faith and your trust into God and just let things go for you. You know, sometimes you've done all the preparation, you put all the work in, you've done all the reps, You done all the drills. You did everything. And it just seemed like it's still not going your way. But just remember that it's all about timing. And honestly, I don't believe in the concept of time like others do. And I say that because, yes, time is real as far as we know. But I believe people that put a lot of emphasis on time in life can cause themselves to age. I'm going to talk about that at a different time. But I believe that putting your life into a time capsule and constantly stressing yourself and telling yourself everything has to be done by this age is, I'm not going to say it's kind of going against what God has in store in you, but trust me, everything is not going to go the exact way you think it's going to go. Sometimes it's going to be bigger. Sometimes it's going to be smaller. But whatever you have in store for yourself, it's definitely for you. Please embrace it. Please do not dwell in negative energy. I'm telling you, I've been there before. In the realm of chakra, you have, I believe, 13 main chakras. Correct me if I'm wrong. 7 upper, 6 lower. Your 7 upper chakras is your higher self, your higher form, your higher energy, from the root to the crown. Your 6 lower, that is your beast side. That is your lower side. If you think about in Bible terms, 666 is the mark of the beast, and that is associated with evil. And 7777 is one of the numbers of completion. If you do not know the other one is 9. That is closed doors and open doors. 7 is supposed to be a godly number, and 6 is supposed to be a demonistic number, if you see it that way. So if you think about your 13 chakras, in order to be whole, I believe you must experience both sides of yourself to understand who you really are. Your lower 6 and your upper 7. And when you get into your upper 7, do understand that it is going to be some things that try to pull you back down to that lower 6. It's going to be plenty of times in your life where you're thriving and everything's going for you. Oh, you done let this dude go, and now your hair growing good, and you're looking healthy, and this and that. And then you meet somebody, and at first it's going good, and then it doesn't work out for you, and then you're beating yourself up. Everybody ain't meant for you. You got to treat yourself like a prize. Make sure everything you're attracting is what you really want. If you believe you deserve to own a business, if you believe you deserve a promotion, if you believe you deserve a better job, I can tell you that you can manifest that just by believing and thinking it. Seeing is believing, believing is seeing. However you see it, do it the way that you want to do it. But if you put one negative thought in your train of thought, it just may not work out. It's like when you make Kool-Aid. You don't put salt in your Kool-Aid. So why would you put salt into your thought process and slow your mind down and also hinder yourself? Attract good things in your life. Every aspect of your life is not meant to be complete by the time you turn 25. If everything was perfect in your life by the time you turn 25, I can argue that life is not really even worth living. You need chaos. You need things to create new things, and do not become content in this world, because the moment you become content, when you know you special, when you know you have more to offer, it's the moment where you dwell in negativity the most. You're not too good for anything. But always strive for more. You know what I'm saying? So what is a fatal attraction? I'm gonna look at the dictionary definition. Let me see. Fatal attraction. Hold on. Basically, fatal attraction, the way my cousin explained it is, it's like you know someone is bad for you, but you still choose to love them. Or you know something is not good for you, but you still choose to put your energy and everything into it. Now, in my mind, law of attraction and fatal attraction, they kind of go hand in hand because that can be that negative side. That can be that negative side. I feel like when you when you kind of put everything, when you become infatuated with things and you allow yourself to be overcome with emotion and not think about what's going on anymore, you can fatally attract things to destroy you. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying when I say you can put that salt in that sugar. You say, oh, I need somebody. Oh, I need somebody. I need somebody real bad. Oh, this lad. And you're trying to manifest and you're trying to get what you want. And then you let that negativity creep into your mind. You know, I hear people saying, well, in their early 20s. And, you know, so many people in the world like, well, at this point, I just take what I can get. How are you 23, 24 saying that the next person you meet, you're going to take what you can get? And, or the next thing that comes, you're just going to stick with it and become infatuated with it and basically let it dominate you to the point where you almost lose yourself. I'm telling you, when you lose yourself in this world, it's a crazy thing. You know, when you fatally attract things and it's unhealthy and you lusting and infatuated and it's all you want, but you know, and you may not know, it's good for you. You are in a bad place. But I can argue that we all had fatal attraction in this world. You know, there's always something that you want that you know you're not supposed to have. Or there's always something that you're doing or thinking about doing that you know you shouldn't be doing. And it just feel like it got a hold on you and it's pulling you down. And you're going into that lower six. Because that lower six is your lower self. But you got to come up out that mud. You got to come up out that lower six to understand who you are. But when you let that negativity creep in, when you let that lust, infatuation, those unhealthy relationships, those unhealthy friendships, those unhealthy situationships, as we like to call them nowadays, creep in, and you tell yourself, you know what, I'm a beautiful person, and even though I deserve more, you know what, I'm a just talk to this man, and he don't want to be in a relationship, but I'm gonna just deal with him anyway. Just because, I like him. But I want a relationship and I know he don't want one. But I'm going to just deal with him anyway. And then you be upset when he constantly remind you that you're not his girlfriend. Or vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Or you a good girl and you convince yourself that I want me a drug dealer or a hood guy per se. And you a good girl, and you go try to live a lifestyle that's not for you, by all means, whatever floats your boat. But if you grew up in good neighborhoods and your parents took care of you, did not call yourself trying to get in fight with these hood girls, you're gonna lose pretty badly. I've seen it happen before, in Dillon County. We see everything. I ain't gonna talk about it. But like I said, make sure you're lawfully attracting positivity so you're not fatally attracting negativity into your life. My goal in life is to see everybody do good. And even though I'm tired right now, it's crossing midnight and I'm almost 20 minutes in, I can tell you that if my energy was bad, you would pick up on it. But I just really believe that whatever you attract is what you're gonna get. And I met some amazing people in my greatest thought process, and when I was in my darkest time, those great people helped pull me out. And you know, I'm just thinking, I'm just thinking about some of the times I was low. But I didn't let that affect me. I didn't let that keep me down. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. Do not let this COVID-19 world shut down. When this is over, do not let this keep you down. No matter how bad it may seem, do not let this keep you in a slump. Do not allow fatal negative attractions to creep back in your life. If you got them, let them go. It's time. Let them go. God put the world on pause. The universe froze to give people enough time to slow down, to sit down, to reset, to meditate, to pray, to focus, to come up with a plan, to be with their family, to breathe. It's some people who very successful. They work every day. They needed the break. Some people needed the break. Some people needed this to happen. They don't even know it. You know what I'm saying? You find out so much about yourself when you're so used to going and going and going, and then out of nowhere it just stops. If you was a person who couldn't save money, this was your time, if you were lucky to have a job, to start learning. If you was a person who constantly procrastinated on sitting down and making that vision board or coming up with that ideal, this was the time. I hope you didn't waste it. It's not quite over yet, but I believe by the end of May, a lot of things are going to be open, and definitely January, February, March, April, May, June. By the middle of June, you can definitely expect a lot of things to be open. Be careful, Charlotte has opened up some of this mall May 8th. Don't be crazy and go in there. And, because it's a lot of people who are sick and do not care, just like it's a lot of people who don't even have symptoms, and they're going to go out and they're going to want to shop and they're going to want to be out fastly. It's going to happen very fast. And, many prayers to the governors and everyone else making these decisions, because these decisions are hard. A lot of people say you should keep it closed, but you can't keep the world closed for forever. A lot of people say you should open it up, but there really is no right time to open it up. These people have hard decisions to make. I just hope that they put their trust in God and they make the right decision. I just hope that whatever come from it is a positive effect. I know it's going to be some negativity that come from it, but please try to turn every situation into a positive one. Try to make sure everyone in your corner is feeding you positivity, and more than ever, if you got a whole bunch of people around you that agree with you, then you got the wrong people with you. You need some people in your corner that's going to tell you you're wrong, whether you like it or not. It's your favorite host, doing the most, and I love the boast. This is Mo Williams, and I'm cutting it short because I am a little bit tired. I'm not cheating you guys, but I think that I got the fatal attraction and the law of attraction now. Lawfully attract positivity, and do not fatally attract negativity into your life. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Do whatever. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Season 2 is on the way, and I'm out.